Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the isolation and preservation of pure culture. Right. So till now, we are discussing about the what are the requirement of microorganisms when we are going to culture them into our laboratory. Right. So we have seen the lot of nutrient macronutrients, micronutrients, carbon source, nitrogen source, and all those other sources which is required in our nutrient media, so that we will be able to supply all the what do you call metabolites which can be used by the microorganism for the normal growth, right? So now this is the time to understand that when we are culturing the microorganisms into our petri plates or into our different culture media, there will be the so many microorganisms can be grown up, right? So that's what say for example, if you are going for the cultivation of medicinal plant, what happened whenever you are growing into the cultivating land, it is not necessary that only your medicinal plant will grow up. Along with your medicinal crop, there will be so many other weed plants or some other plants, they may be come up along with them, because land they may have the seeds, and they are getting the nutrients from the soil, and they are consuming and they are growing up, right? Same here also in the case of microorganisms into the microbiology laboratory also. Whenever we are going to culture, the chances of, if the sterilization, if it has not been done properly, if, and sometimes intentionally also we are going for the mixed culture, right? There will be the so many microorganisms, they will be growing together along with them. So when we are particularly we are going for the one specific microorganism, one particular strain of the microorganisms, we need to isolate it, right? So basically, what is the meaning of isolation? Isolation is nothing but separation, or making them separate from the group, right? We have to isolate it. Which one? Which the microorganism which we want to study, which we want to grow up, or which we want to identify, right? That's what desired microorganism, the name has been given, it is desired microorganism. So that desired microorganism we need to isolate from the mixed culture, right? Where there are the group of microorganisms, maybe bacillus, maybe coccus, maybe the different other microbes, they have grown together in a group, right? Then after isolating that particular specific microorganism, we need to preserve it. What is the preservation? The basically the meaning of preservation, it is to keeping them in a safe mode, right? So that other microbes cannot come along with them. At the same time, they should not die, or they should not spoil, let me use the word spoil, they should not spoil themselves, right? They should be safe mode. For what? For the further study, for the further identification, and what for we have isolated, till that intention, till that motto should not complete. Okay, so until and unless we are not completing our study, it should be in the safe mode, right? And one more thing, after isolation we need to keep them, we need to subject them for the incubation period will be there, right? It may be 1 week, it may be 10 days, it depends on the microorganisms to microorganisms, right? So that is the intention of this topic, that is how we are going to separate the particular microorganism, and how we are going to keep it safe, or we have to preserve them in a proper way. So let us begin with this topic, interesting topic, right? So coming to the introduction of pure culture technique, it is nothing but act of cultivating microorganism, right? It is the act of cultivating microorganism. When we talk about single culture, then I will tell you about the pure culture, right? So culture means cultivation, that's what right from the beginning we are studying, right? Or the microorganisms that are cultivated, right? To allow, when we are providing the nutrient media, when we are sampling of the particular bacteria or microorganism, then after consuming the nutrient, they're growing up, or they're the crop is coming up, let me use the word, right? So that's what here the culture may be in two types. That's what the first one, it is the mixed culture, right? So when we talk about the mixed culture here, mixed means more than one microorganisms, right? It is not a single microorganism, because that's what name itself, it is indicating that it has mixed with the more strains, more species of the particular bacteria, or if we are going for some other microorganism. Okay, coming to the second type, that is called the pure culture. So when we talk about the pure culture, name itself, it is indicating that it is pure or single, right? Containing a single species of organism, right? Only one. It, if it is coccus, cocci, it is cocci only. If it is bacillus, it is bacillus only. Or if it is E. coli, suppose say for example E. coli you are cultivating, so only E. coli bacteria supposed to be there in your cultured plate. No other bacteria should be there. Then only you can say that is the pure culture. Otherwise it will become mixed culture, right? So that is the difference you should remember always. That's what we are going for isolation here. So coming to here, a pure culture is usually derived from the mixed culture, of course, because we have what we are doing in the chromatography, what we are doing in, if you talk about the phytochemistry, what we are doing, we are in from the extract, we are isolating one single constituents of the phytochemical, right? Same here into the group of microbes which has been cultivated from here, we are trying to derive one single constituents, that is called a pure. Okay, one containing many species, right? That's what mixed culture, that is containing many species, many strains, or many type, let me tell you, many type of microbes, by transferring a small sample into new, right? So that's what sterile, the sterile growth medium in such a manner that we have to do as to disperse the individual cell across the medium surface, or by thinning the sample many times before inoculating the new medium, right? Here you can see this is the pure culture techniques. Actually it is trying to do that. We are going to discuss what are the different methods it is there into the coming slides, right? So here just you understand that from the group of mixture, from the group of microorganism, we are trying to separate one single microorganism, single type, not single one, right? Single type of microorganism. Why it is important, why we should do for the pure culture, why we should go for the pure culture, is it that necessary, what is the importance into the medical microbiology? So coming to here, we need to understand what are the basic intention or objective behind it. Pure cultures are important in microbiology for the following reasons. What are the reasons? The first reasons, it tells that once purified, the isolated species can be cultivated with the knowledge that only the desired microorganism is being grown, right? So that's what, if you have purified it, if you have separated it, you will be having confidence that whatever the culture or whatever the cultivation you have done with your nutrient media, in that only one single desired type of microorganism has been grown, and you can observe their all the other parameters, like how they looks like, what are the requirement they are having in nutrient point of view, whether what kind of surrounding temperature, pH, means your study will become easy and more authenticate. That's what it is, the main intention here, right? That's what coming to the second reason why it is important. A pure culture can be correctly identified for accurate studying and testing, and also diagnosis in a clinical environment, right? Say for example, if you are suffering from dengue or malaria, when you are giving your blood sample, what the labs people they are trying to identify, they are trying to identify that you are getting fever, what is the cause, what kind of microbial attack, whether it is parasite, whether it is bacteria, whether it is bacterial attack, what if it is bacteria, what is the name of bacteria, what, so that they can decide the antimicrobial or antibiotic for you, so that, or anti-malarial, suppose if you are suffering from, so that the medication, the treatment can be planned for the particular disease and the pathogenic attack, right? So that's what it's pure culture. It's very, very important into the laboratories. Why? Because diagnosis will become authenticate and it can go into the right direction in the clinical environment, right? So that's actually very important, what do you call, intention here. Third important, why we have to go for testing or experimenting with a pure culture. It ensures that the same result can be achieved regardless of how many times the test is repeated, right? That's what, if you are isolated or particular, what is the time the microorganism is taking to develop, or what is the time the microorganism is taking from the lag phase to log phase to stationary phase to death phase. So from each one phase to another phase, when the microbes will go, it will take certain time, right? So the same result we are going to get if you are cultivating the E. coli. So today, suppose you have cultivated in this week, and the next week, if you will cultivate, the same types of result you are going to get, because the microorganisms are same. So that will also be ensured by pure culture. Spontaneous mutations rate is low, right? So spontaneous means the sudden mutation, that rate is low in pure culture. Pure culture's clones is 99.999% identical, right? So here the intention is how we are going to collect the from mixed microbes, how we can separate one particular microorganism, and we can study for further purpose. So what are the isolation technique for pure culture? How we can isolate them from the mixed culture, right? So there are four techniques here. The cultures composed of cells arising from a single progenitor, right? So what is the progenitor? It is termed as a CFU. What is the CFU? When we talk, it is nothing but colony forming unit, right? So that's what colony forming unit means. It is going to form the colony whenever it is getting the proper nutrient environment. Aseptic technique prevents contamination of sterile substances or objects, right? So whatever the aseptic technique we are going to maintain, aseptic techniques means the technique, aseptic condition means, let us understand, the free from microorganisms. There should not be any microorganisms. So whenever we talk about aseptic technique means the technique where we are particularly about the sanitization and sterilization, and we are not allowing the microorganisms to grow onto the right from the chemical, glassware, equipment, hands, floor, many things. Okay. So common isolation techniques are the streak plate method. The second one, pour plate method. Third one, spread plate method. Fourth one, roll tube method, right? So let us understand this all. What are the different this thing which we are supposed to know? What are the different common method for this thing? Okay. So the first one, that is the streak plate method. Streak plate method means in this method we are supposed to streak, right? Here you can see into the image uh, inoculation loop or inoculating needle will be there. Inoculating needle, here you can see the person, it is holding the needle. For with this needle only we are going to spread the microbes, right? So here first thing, before starting this all method, you should keep it in your mind that we are transferring the microorganisms. And let me tell you, microbes we cannot see by our naked eye. So everything we need to assume, but the result, once if you will complete the experimentation part, you will be having confidence that the things are happening, right? If you do the experiment for inoculation for one petri dish, you will deep and the transfer after you are doing the transfer into the another petri dish. You think that what the circus I am doing, and without knowing anything from this plate to that plate, what will happen? But I told you, microorganisms, they are very small. How small we don't know, because in your inoculating needle they are going to attach, and whenever you are touching to the another petri plate or another petri dish, they are going to transfer, right? They are going to transfer. Maybe you will not able to see at that time, but later on, once the colony will develop, we are going to observe that into the microscope, right? So that is only the theme. So streak plate method means the streaking is the process of spreading the microbial culture with an inoculating needle on the surface of media. You can see that the striking, how it has gone into the zigzag manner here in this side also, and this is the media. Actually, this is what, this is the agar media which you have prepared, sterilized, and you kept ready for the growth of microorganism. By the sample, with the inoculating needle, you are just making the zigzag or spreading the microbes in this needle. There is a sample which you have got it from the particular sample one, right? Then sterilize the inoculating needle by flame, right? So there will be the flame, it will be by the burner. In that flame you have to touch, because in this is, suppose this is the inoculating needle, this you have to do like this into the petri plate. After doing that, you have to put onto the flame. So whenever you are putting onto the flame, to make the red hot, if that needle, because needle is metal, and it will become red, and red, once it will become, all the bacteria or microorganism, they have died over there, and now it is free. The top of the needle, it is free from microorganism, right? And allow it to cool for 30 seconds. Once if you allow it for 30 seconds, it will become again normal, because when you kept on to the flame, it has become red. When you are allowing it outside of the flame for 30 seconds, it will become normal. Then the sample is streaked in a such a way that provide the serial dilution, right? So what is the intention? So now this needle can be used for the further inoculation or further transfer, right? So what happened here is, after doing so, the purpose, thin out inoculum to get separate colonies. The subculturing can be done by streaking well isolated colonies from the straight plate to new plate. Okay, so from this plate to new plate, again this can be done continuously, right? So this is the theme in the streaking plate method. Coming to the pore plate method, here it is little bit different. As the name indicate, pore plate, we are going to pour the nutrient media onto the particular sample. Okay, here, so what we are doing is, the bacterial culture and the liquid agar medium are mixed together, right? We are the bacterial culture, the bacteria which you have got as a sample, and to the liquid agar medium, we need to pour it, or we have to mix it together by pouring, by adding onto the top. Let me tell you how we are doing the making the milk shake, right? How we are making the without having the spoon, how we are making the what you call lemon juice or something like that. Okay, so in that way, after mixing the medium containing the culture poured into sterilized petri dish, that petri dish which we are, petri plates which we are using, and allowed solidifying and then incubated. Then once if you have poured petri dish into the petri dish, let it be for a while. And the agar, because agar itself, it is the what we are using as a what do you call, solidifying agent or gelatining agent. It will become solidified, then we can allow it for incubation for the certain period. Then microorganism can grow over there, right? Incubation means what? We are allowing the nutrient media for the by maintaining the temperature, pH, and all those surrounding environment which microorganism need, and the microbes will start growing. Okay. After incubation, colonies appear. Yes, that's what we are expecting, the colonies of development on the surface, where you have poured on that surface, you can see the colonies of the microorganism. So there is a certain drawback of this particular method. Disadvantages are there. So what are those disadvantages when we talk about pour plate method? Microorganisms trapped beneath the surface of medium, right? Beneath the surface of medium, below, right? Hence, surface as well as subsurface, the main surface as well as subsurface, side surface, colonies are developed, which makes the difficulties in counting the bacterial colonies, because they will be there in unsuitable place or somewhat in corner place, because surface, unsurface, beneath. So when we are going for colony counting, we will not be able to count the exactly number of colonies developed into our plate, right? So that is the one disadvantage. Second one is the tedious and time consuming method. It is the microbes are subjected to heat shock, because liquid medium maintained up to the 45 degrees centigrade, right? That's what in incubation it take time, a time consuming method, and it is unsuitable for the psychrophiles type of bacteria, which is the related to this, right? So coming to the here, you can see the serial dilution, how they are going to pour. The dilution method, I will tell you a little bit about this. You can see here there are some test tubes and some petri dishes, right? The three test tubes of 3 to 5 test tube, it is there here, the five petri dish, it is there. So how we are going to do the plating, right? Whenever we are going for the inoculation, right? So here what happened is a number of colonies on plate here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 into the reciprocal of dilution of sample equal to number of bacteria per ml. So here what we are doing, suppose this is the sample, this is the mixture of the, or mixed sample, which we can say mixture of the nutrient and bacteria, right? That is called it's what it is indicating, original inoculum, right? This is the original inoculum. From original inoculum we have made it 1:10 ratio, right? 1:10 ratio. 1 ml we have taken from original inoculum, and the 10 the parts, it is the solution only, right? Or we can say, right? So here from these we will take for plating 1 ml from this here, this side, okay? And the 1:10 again we are going to make it from here in this 1:10, which you have already prepared from original inoculum. 1 ml 9 ml both in each tube we are going to take here, and again we are making it for 100 parts of the solution. From here another 1 ml we will take, and for 1000 parts of the solution. So likewise means it is becoming auto, the serial dilution, this dilution will become the number of the 1:100, then it has become 1:1000, 1:10,000, 1:1 lakh, right? So likewise the number of bacteria, it is getting reduced, because here you can see it was more turbid, less turbid, more less turbid, more less turbid, it is almost less turbid only. So here also you can see the number of colonies also, how it is changing here, right? So what is the means intention of this? It is, for example, if 32 colonies are on a plate of 1:10,000 dilution, for example this one 1:10,000 dilution, 32 colonies are there. So how it will be considered, then the count is 32 into 10,000 equal to 3,20,000 bacteria per ml in sample, right? Means 3,22,000 bacteria per ml in the sample. That much bacteria we can consider or we can grow up, we can go further for the development of the colonies, right? So this is the dilution techniques, which is very important. Coming to the third method, that is the spread plate method. Here we can pour plate and spread plate. We will discuss once again. The spread plate method means that this is the third method. This is the best method to isolate the pure colonies. This is the best method to isolate the pure colony. So what we have to do here in this technique, the culture is not mixed with the agar medium, right? We are not mixing like in the pour plate method we have done. No, here we are not mixing. You need to understand the first word. If you will understand this first word, you will be able to write it, right? You will be able to understand. Spread, have to spread it, dispersed it, okay? Instead, it is mixed with the normal saline or sterilely diluted 0.1 ml of sample taken from the diluted mixture, 0.1 ml sample, which is placed onto the surface of agar plate and spread evenly over the surface by using L-shaped glass rod. L-shaped glass rod, we are going to spread it. We are going to spread it, right? So we have to disperse this. That is called this L-shaped glass rod. It is called a spreader. That's what this is. This is called a spreader. Here you can see spreader can be help. It is going to help you to spread the particular microorganism sample into the agar plate media. The incubate the plate, then we are going to allow after incubation, we have to see the what are the colonies has been developed. After incubation, colonies are observed onto the agar surface. Then we can go for the counting how much microorganism has been grown up. Okay, coming to the advantages, it is a simple method. Yes, only L-shaped rod you need, and we have to dip and we have to spread it. In this method, only surface colonies are formed, right? In this method, only surface colonies are formed, not other colonies, like what the disadvantage we have seen into the pour plate method. No, here and there also the colonies are developing and it is being difficult to count them. Okay, microorganisms are not exposed to higher temperature. Here they are 45 degrees centigrade. I told you, right, that we need to maintain, right? Or the since it is liquid medium, here we are not exposing these the setup into the high temperature, and that's what microbes will be safe and they can grow easily and it will be easy for handling. So here you can see into the both the method, pour plate method and strict plate method. What is the basic difference? What we are doing actually into the pour plate method, the pipette inoculum onto sterile plate. This is the sterile plate. Pipette inoculum we have done. Then add sterile medium. This is the media agar, say for example agar nutrient media. So that you are pouring onto here into this sampling where you have done. Onto that, this it is coming and it is the pouring, right? And here the soil to mix and incubate. So here we are this setup where the microorganisms and what do you call your sample, both sample and your nutrient, both we are this setup we are keeping for the incubation into the incubator. And here you can see the colonies has been developed, colonies grown in and on the media, right? So these are the colonies. Say for example here we can say 13-14 colonies it has developed. Okay, so this is the pour plate method. Coming to the spread plate method, same thing we are doing, but here the agar it will be there before into the plate in first step. Here in first step there was no medium. Here the agar media it will be there in the before only. Pipette inoculum onto the surface of agar plate. Okay, then here after inoculation spread evenly over the agar surface. You can see this is the L-shaped glass rod that is also known as spreader. I told you in the previous slide, right? So with this spreader, we are making them, we are spreading them. Okay, we are going to spread them. Then incubate. We have to incubate it again for the certain temperature into the incubators, maintaining the pH and all those things. And after certain time, maybe 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, depend on the microbes. Colonies grown only on the surface of the medium. Here only it will be in surface on of the medium, right? So that we are going to count once again. So this is the both the method, the what do you call pour plate and the spread plate. So three methods we have completed now. The first one, it was the streak, STREAK, streak plate, pour plate, and spread plate. So in streak plate, what we are doing, we are making just streaking onto the surface, zigzag. Pour plate means we are adding, on spread plate means we are just spreading. Okay. So this is the roll tube method. That is also one of the method you can see here. Transfer loop, it will be there into the one test tube we are keeping here into the motor. So the motor, which will help us to rotate the medium and the microorganism. Here test tubes, this is the test tube. Agar surface will be there onto the test tube, and here we are supplying the carbon dioxide. Here you can see into this tube, which is 2-3 turnings. It is there, first turning, second turning, third turning. So by this we are supplying the carbon dioxide. Why we are supplying carbon dioxide? Because we have studied that, we know that some microorganisms, some bacteria, they required carbon dioxide as a source of their energy. So in that case, the roll tube method can be used for the culture, right? For the culture technique. Okay. So this is also pure culture. We can see wherever we are trying to go for the specific or particular singular microorganism, we can say that is the pure culture. Okay. So roll tube method also, it's very important. You can see it is little bit advanced one. We can say we have to use some apparatus here, and it will be for carbon dioxide type of microorganism. Then the micro manipulator method, right? So micro manipulator, as we know that we are studying the microbiology. So micro manipulate, right? What we are doing here, we will be able to pick up the single cell, right, with the help of some instrument. We can say micro manipulators have been built which permits one to pick out a single cell from a mixed culture. That is what we are doing in all the method. What we are doing, we are trying to isolate the desired microorganism. That is only the intention. So here with the help of micro manipulator, it will pick out a single cell into the laboratory. So this instrument, actually this is the instrument. This instrument is used in conjunction with a microscope, to pick a single cell, particularly bacterial cell, from the hanging drop preparation, right? Hanging drop preparation, that hanging drop method, it is there. When the drop will hang onto the surface, right, we can see the motion of the microorganisms, right? So hanging drop preparation, we can pick out particular single cell or desired cells by this instrument, by the help of this particular instrument. The single cell of microbe stuck into the micropipette and transferred to large amount of sterile medium, right? So what is the advantage of micro manipulator method? The advantage is of this method are that one can be reasonably sure that the cultures come from a single cell. That's what our intention. And one can obtain strength within the species, right? So that's what single cell we can be ensure with this particular instrument or with this particular method, right? Because the instrument, it is going to help us to pick out the particular type of cell or particular types of microorganism from the mixed one. But there is a disadvantage also. So what is that disadvantage? That the equipment is expensive or costly, right? The its manipulation is very tedious, and it requires a skilled person, trained person, or the operation, it is little bit complicated, and nobody can do. It's not just like a test syringe and needle that anybody can take and pick out, right? It required some kinds of trained people. Okay, so here you can see this is the micro manipulator. Syringe pump will be there. Here this is the syringe pump. Here just what we are doing in during the injection, what the doctors will do. Syringe, we have to take it when suppose if you want to take the medication, you have to insert the needle onto the wire, and we have to keep back the particular syringe, and the drug will fill up. Then again you are inserting somewhere, wherever you want to inject, in bottle or in a human being or somewhere, and then you are inserting. Same, in the same principle, this micro manipulator also it work on, right? Here here it is the water source where water can be given as per the requirement. This is the syringe pump. Actually pump itself, it will work depend on the commands given by us, right? And this is the micro capillary that is going to pick the particular microorganism, right? So here in this class, this is the objective lens. It is going to help us to identify that our desired microorganism which we want to pick up, right? And this is the mixed culture, from where the sample on a glass, slide glass, right? So this is the sample on the slide glass, and from here, whenever this will be because in this objective lens we are going to identify which microorganism. Suppose here 10 microorganisms it is there. So this micro capillary, it is going to see the microorganism number one, suppose we want. So number one only it is going to pick up, and it is going to separate it for us for the further study and for the further growth. Okay, so this actually it's an advanced one, and it's a very interesting also, right? So many, and accuracy also we can ensure since it is the micro syringe, right? So that's what. So next it is the preservation techniques which we need to uh, and discuss further, right? So there is one more poll that I'm going to create here. Okay. So coming to the preservation of the pure culture, right? So till now we have discussed about four types. Sorry. Till now we have discussed about the 4 or 5 types of isolation techniques, right? So in isolation techniques, basically what we are trying to do is, say for example, in stick plate method, what here happening with the help of inoculating needle. You have to remember this word, inoculating needle, right? Inoculating needle, what we are doing, with the help of the needle, we are trying to transfer the particular microorganisms onto the nutrient media, right? So in each and every step we are showing the needle onto the flame, so that it becomes red, and after 30 seconds it become cool. Again we are dipping into the our cultured or desired sample, and we are transferring into the, what do you call, petri dish, right? So, and this is the basically streak. That's what is the streaking we have to do here. You can see sterilize the, this one, this has happened. So the this streaking, and here pour plate method means again we are pouring, right? There will be you can see here the bacterial culture and the liquid agar medium are mixed together. Bacterial culture and cultured means this is a sample everywhere, whatever the bacteria, it has been cultured, because ultimately what we are doing, we are doing the common crop, common crops we are doing, right? Say for example, when you are doing the rice cultivation, let me tell you, or any medicinal plant cultivation, say for example ginger, say for example turmeric, right? So whenever you are cultivating them into the cultivating land, what happened along with, because ginger and turmeric, they are underground rhizomes and roots. Okay, so along with those plants, so many other undesired plant will grow up, definitely, because that land, it, if that particular area it is specified by the ginger, the specification has been done by you, but into the soil there are so many other grass will grow up, wheat plant will grow up, undesired plant will grow up. Now what is your duty? To remove those undesired plants, because those undesired plants, they are going to consume the nutrients of your desired plant, that is turmeric or ginger. Yes, same thing here also it is happening. Whenever we are going for the culture of microorganisms, we are providing the nutrient medium, and that nutrient medium, it is nothing but the cultivating land or soil. That soil, it is full of nutritional requirement of the microorganism. In the same way, this culture media, this agar media, this beef extract, it is full of nutritional requirement of the microorganism. And you cannot say that only E. coli is supposed to grow here, other bacteria you go outside, they will not follow you, they will do their own, right? So that's what and we are here to study about E. coli particular bacteria. So it will become difficult now if you make it the slide of the particular mixed culture, and if you observe under microscope, so many microorganisms will be visible in your slide. What you will do, how you will going to understand whether it is gram positive or gram negative or rod shaped or round shaped? It will be mixed, and study will become difficult and complicated. You will not be able to differentiate. So that's what isolation, it is very very important. And for isolation we need to go for the pure culture. That's what pure culture, one single, that's what pure compound we are telling. No, pure compound, pure water. What do you mean by pure water or pure something? When we are using the pure word means it's specific, authenticated, neat, clean, only one. So that's what we are trying to do here into the different techniques: spread plate method, a pour plate method, or the streak plate method, right? And ultimately, so after making the pure culture, we need to go for the preservation. That's what, after once if you have uh, isolated that one, it becomes very very difficult to preserve it, because these are not your medicinal crop which is there in the land, and once you have picked out the undesired plant, there is no harmful for them. But here it is microorganism. Plants you can see, microbes you can't see. What is happening? After happening only you will come to know that this happened. So we have to be very careful when we are going for these kinds of culture, especially pure culture techniques, right? So let us have some discussion here.